Alright, what's going on, guys? So, there's been some drama in the gaming community recently. Big shocker. You guys may have seen it. It was pretty big on Twitter. I'm not necessarily as concerned with this specific event as much as I am with the topic in general, which I actually do think is pretty important. But to provide context to the situation, about 4 or 5 years ago, there used to be a streamer on Twitch by the name of Ice Poseidon. You guys may or may not be familiar with him. He used to be like one of the biggest streamers on Twitch at the time. He used to do these IRL streams where he just go around filming himself or whatever. But then he ended up getting permanently banned off of Twitch because he had like the most toxic streams ever. Anytime he would go somewhere, they would just like call the cops on that place and stuff. And he was one of those people that used to like always make those edgy jokes all the time, and I guess like some racist, maybe some anti-LGBTQ stuff was being said in those streams or whatever. I'm not sure specifically what was said, but this was back in like 2017 when people did used to kind of joke like that and it was a little bit more accepted. Nowadays, obviously, you can't say stuff like that. So people are now trying to cancel Ice Poseidon for everything that he did, but they are also taking it one step further than that. Not only are they trying to cancel him, they are also like canceling people that used to watch his streams or have ever associated with him in any sort of ways. Like, for example, these people on Twitter are like going through big content creators' followings, and any like person that follows Ice Poseidon, they're trying to like cancel them as well by association, which is just crazy to me. Because a lot of the biggest people around still follow the guy because at one point, you know, he was right up there with them. Like Ice Poseidon even started tweeting out pictures of himself hanging out with like XQC, Mr. Beast, Dr. Disrespect, like any like big person that you could think of, they probably associated with Ice Poseidon at one point in time. So I don't know what these people are going to do. Are they just going to cancel every single streamer out there? I don't know, but like I literally saw these freaks tweeting at people like, hey, you better unfollow him or you're getting canceled next. And it's just like, what's going on here, right? So that's where Carl Jacobs comes into the story. For whatever reason, this guy got the worst of it. Now, let me just put out a disclaimer. I don't know much about this guy. He makes Minecraft videos and stuff. I believe he got his start from being in Mr. Beast videos, and now like he's big doing his own thing or whatever. He seems like a nice guy. Honestly, he seems kind of like a pussy. And I'm not trying to be mean, no offense when I say that. Actually, I think that helps his case when they're trying to cancel you. That's probably a good personality trait to have. Like, it kind of reminds me of how they canceled Jenna Marbles. Like, it just doesn't really make much sense. Now, once again, I don't know much about him, so if it turns out like later on this dude gets exposed for whatever, that's not on me, man. All right, I put the disclaimer out there. Anyways, he went on stream with like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. He made an official apology, and apparently that wasn't enough for them, so then he had to go on Twitter, post another apology. And from what I understand, back in the day, Carl was like a fan of these Ice Poseidon streams, right? Even to the point where one time he stream sniped him and he got a picture with him. And that's really the extent of it. Like, I don't believe that he was ever actually involved with anything in the stream. So let's just take a step back here for a second and let's just think about what's going on here, right? You're canceling people for watching someone else's stream or following that person on Twitter because you don't like what that other person was doing. Like, that just doesn't add up for me, man. Like, if you want to cancel the person who actually did something, okay, sure, at least that makes sense. But you're not gonna go around canceling people for like associating with someone. That just doesn't add up for me, man. There's a couple things to address here about cancel culture, right? Number one, I think this is the most important thing. If you could take anything away from the video, this is the message. Cancel culture needs to be reserved for the worst of the worst offenses, and it's actually pretty good timing. For example, the EDP situation that just happened. Now that is a situation where the person should be canceled. Like, there's no question about it. Like, that dude is lucky that he's not locked up right now. He might be later on. I don't know like what the details are on that. But that's a guy that should be canceled. Like, there's no I'm sorry for that type of behavior, right? But the problem is, when you start trying to cancel people for stupid ass shit like this, it starts to take away the impact for when you actually need to cancel someone. If you just go around canceling everyone, then when someone actually needs to be canceled, it's just not going to be taken seriously. So we have to reserve cancel culture for the people that really deserve it. Nobody is perfect. People are going to mess up, man. Like, everyone is going to make a mistake at one point in their life. And every time someone makes a mistake, that doesn't mean it's time to cancel them. And now, number two, we also have to consider who exactly are these people that are doing the canceling? Who are we giving this power to? Because I'm 90% sure the majority of people canceling this guy and going around on this crusade are like 12-year-old kids. Now, just think about how ridiculous that would be for a mob of little kids to come up to you IRL and try to discipline you or cancel you or whatever, right? You would just laugh it off. It would not be taken seriously. But on the internet, you don't actually know who's talking to you. So some people are given like a certain baseline level of respect that they might not get in real life. And it works the other way as well. Some people probably would get more respect in real life than they get on the internet. But the problem is, Carl already apologized to these idiots, right? You can't do that, man. You can't apologize to them because now you validated them, right? Now they feel like they have some power. Like, yeah, look, we were gonna cancel this guy and now he apologized to us. Yeah, we were right. You know what I mean? Like, what you should have said is like, hey, you fucking morons, I'm gonna follow whoever I want to on Twitter. I'm gonna watch whatever streams I want to. And you know what? I'm gonna jerk off to whatever I want to as well, because that's what's next. I was thinking about this, right? In order to be canceled, you have to allow it. But on like a deeper level, right? It really starts with you and how you have already created an image for yourself. Like, let's say we have a scale of 1 to 10 of edginess. I don't know if edginess would be the best word to describe it, but it'll make sense about what I'm saying in a minute. So on a scale of 1 to 10, this Karl Jacobs guy is probably like a 3. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, he's very low. He doesn't really say anything too crazy. He doesn't do anything bad. Whereas someone like, I think the perfect example of this is back in the day, Filthy Frank and iDubbbz, right? They came right out of the gate at like a 10, saying some wild ass shit. When you already set your standards so wild, you can almost say anything and people aren't gonna try to cancel you because that's already like the baseline that you've set for yourself, right? But if you're like Karl Jacobs and you're like a 3 and you know, you don't ever say anything too out of line or whatever, and all of a sudden like they find something on you that's just like a little bit like problematic, like not even really anything, now they're gonna get you for something that really doesn't make much sense. I try to stay at like a 7. That's a good place to be in, because now like even if I say something kinda like out there that, you know, may or may not be borderline like, whoa, maybe we should cancel this guy, it's like, that's just kind of like who he is, you know what I mean? But if I was like a 1 and I was uploading Minecraft videos and I was never saying anything wild for 5 years, and then all of a sudden one day I start saying some wild shit, everyone's like, whoa, what is this guy doing? Whoa, we got to cancel this guy, man. Like, why is he talking like that? But if you've always spoken in a certain way and said certain things, then it's kind of like accepted. Does that make sense? But anyways, man, listen, bottom line, let us please save the cancel culture for the people that really deserve it. And that goes both ways, man. We gotta stop trying to cancel people for stupid ass reasons, and these people gotta stop letting themselves get canceled. You can't give in to these people, man. Like, you are just enabling it and making it worse for everyone else. So just something to keep in mind. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, follow me on Twitter, links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. YouTube tried to take me out, man. I actually took my first ever W in a battle versus YouTube, which is actually kind of crazy. I was pretty mind blown that I won. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Have a good day and peace out.